Welcome to Tip Off to Twitter. Today I'm going to show you how to navigate throughout the website for the self-instructional module on Twitter. First, I'd like to show you the navigational bar located on the top of the website. The top part of the navigation site has separate folders, and these include Home, MMP, Twitter, Discussion Forum, Water Cooler, Contact, Krupps blog, and one more relating to Krupps blog, which is a different view. Please note these last two tabs do not relate to Twitter, but to the web-based multimedia class. Let's click on the home page and walk you through the entire website. Here is the home page where it just gives you a basic introduction of what it is, and then there's going to be a video in which how one will navigate. The next part is actually the MMP part. Let's take a look by clicking on MMP. Here, just quickly and briefly goes over the overview of the MMP project, the goal of the project, and then the full proposal, and then tells you where to go. And the next part is actually clicking on Twitter. Now please note when we hover over Twitter there's mini lessons, but before we go to the mini lessons it's vital to click on the actual tab to get more instructions. So here when we click on the word Twitter, we're introduced to just an introductory page. It tells us what Twitter is and then gives us directions. So it says hover over Twitter and then begin the mini lesson 1. So this is where the actual activity happens. I'm going to hover and you see there's 7 mini. So here we have mini lesson 1, mini lesson 2, mini lesson 3, mini lesson 4, mini lesson 5, 6, and then 7. Let's go ahead to look at how the lessons are designed. For consistency to the learner, all the mini lessons are designed in the same fashion. For example, there's a title of the lesson. It actually gives you an activity of the lesson, tells you what the objectives are, what you need to do, and where you need to post. For instance, here in the Twitter, there's 2 objectives. One is to watch a video. Please note for other modules we'll be using Edpuzzle, but for this case we will not be. And then there's a discussion post. And the same thing follows throughout the other lessons. Let's take a look. Here it tells me it's mini lesson 2, and then when I scroll down I'm able to see all of the activities that one needs to complete for mini lesson 2. Please note all of the directions are color coded. For instance, if you have to read or watch, it's in blue, a discussion forum is in an orangey red, and then Twitter or anything to do on Twitter is actually in green. So this kind of gives a heads up and allows the learner not to get confused on where to post. On this mini lesson, however, there's actually another component too. Here it says read the Twitter Startup slideshow presentation. So what I have done is create a presentation that walks you step by step by step. And the purpose of this is if you need additional help or want to revisit at a slower pace, you can view this presentation. Some mini lessons have these slideshows and some are just a live session on how to conduct oneself. Okay, and then you just keep going to mini lesson 3 and mini lesson 4, and the layout is exactly the same thing. Here's the direction sheet, what's the objectives, what I want you to do. Once again, it's color coded to match your needs. And for this one, there's another presentation. Okay, the next component I want to address is what's known as the discussion forum. So here I've created a place where classmates and colleagues and whoever's working together can share specific ideas about particular questions. Similar to a blog, what I've done is I've created it from bottom to top. So the first discussion question will tell you exactly where it's coming from and the discussion post. So I thought that would be easy for navigation. And then here's the question that it's posing to you. And last but not least, you can make a comment. To do a comment, you just click OK, put your name in, don't worry about your website, and then your comments, and it'll automatically post. Now please note there's actually go in sequential order from top to bottom. So here at the bottom tells me mini lesson 1 discussion post 1. Then we go mini lesson number 2 discussion post 1. Now the reason why there's numbers here is sometimes there might be 2 posts per assignment and sometimes there might only be 1 and or none. So here it says mini lesson number 2 discussion post 2. Mini lesson 3 discussion post 1, and the same applies. So it's very simple to post. All you have to do is click on comment, and then this is the notification part. Please note when you press comment, it is live for anyone to see on the website. The next thing I would like to address here is what's known as the water cooler. So let's take a look what I've developed. The water cooler was a business model where people would go and get water from a little triangle cup here, and they would actually share ideas. They may talk about what's going on within the company. They may perhaps even gossip, or they may share new ideas that are coming in a business meeting. Here, the purpose of the water cooler is to provide really a collaborative space where the learner has the opportunity to share ideas, discuss ideas, ask questions, etc. So it's not really a place for gossip, but it's a place to really provide rich and engaging collaborations that is above and beyond the course. For instance, if there's no space to ask a question in the discussion forum or possibly on Twitter and you want to be private, this would be the place. So this is what I call the water cooler, and it's basically a collaborative space to discuss anything, either part of the course or pose any questions to your fellow classmates. And then the last component that I would like to address is the contact. In case there are any problems, how do you reach me as the designer as well as the content specialist? So here I've designed a way for you to communicate me in a couple different modes. First, you might ask me questions about specific content, or you want maybe advancement or enhancement of a specific area on Twitter. Or you could just be struggling and not really following what's going on here. So the first thing I did was a way in which you can contact me is providing my information, my cell phone number, my email address, and then my direct contact through Twitter. And then another thing that I love is that instead of going outside the website, what I built for you is actually a spot here that you can actually put your name, your email, and then a comment, and it'll directly go to me and I'll respond with 24 hours. So you have either way to communicate. You can either contact us and do it through your email, or you can do it by filling out this code. Please know this goes directly to my email and it's not open to the public. Okay, this sums up the navigation for Tip-Off to Twitter. Hope you enjoy your Twitter experience, and I can't wait to see you tweeting online. All the best and have fun.